Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations. Good evening, my explorers. It is me, Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Tonight, coming to you on a beautiful Thursday evening. And guys, when it's Thursday night, it's time to explore. Now, normally what that means is some series of lectures or themes or complex truths, but sometimes I need to meet you exactly where you're at. And tonight, that means an advice speed round. So buckle up, guys. We are going to be doing some very serious exploratory advice. That and much more tonight on Explorations. Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the most effective personal power program in the country, here to help you unlock and unleash that power within. Yes, I am talking about the power that you have held inside of you since day one, but have been afraid of. A power that has been inside of you and will truly allow you to become a stakeholder in your own destiny. Now, guys, every time I come on, you know what the deal is. I'm here to give you the tools you need through the simple yet profound program of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. In just a few moments, I'm going to open up the line you see on the screen and delve into tonight's theme, which, lucky for you and unlucky for me, because I don't, for reasons I'll get into in just a moment, but lucky for you guys, we're doing an advice speed round. So that's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are bounding, leaping, bounding, jumping, hop, skipping, and jumping through the calls tonight as I yearn and give you all the advice that you need. Now, you might come on here and tell me about a certain breakup. You might come on here and tell me about a certain new job and you're unsure of how to navigate the social politics. Well, listen. There's a million channels you can go on to. Go ahead and click on that mental health tag on twitch.tv and you'll be able to explore any manner of godless, pointless, redundant channels telling you the same exact, absolute nonsense bullshit. Here, and I say bullshit, and I know that that's a swear, and I know how that comes across. You know, somebody who just now tuning in might think, Leslie is a jerk. That Leslie called other channels bullshit. I know that streamer, he or she or whatever, is a nice guy. I don't care. Listen, guys, If that's the case, if that's you right now, that sounds a little familiar, close the tab right now. Close this tab and go. Go. Because what I'm about to tell you has nothing, as I go through the callers tonight, it has nothing to do with what's in my heart, what's in your heart. It does not matter what's in their heart. It matters how they are relating to themselves, the world around them, and not whether they're able to be nice. Sometimes people don't need niceness, and sometimes niceness can be utter cruelty. To be honest with you, utter cruelty can be enacted through those with a good heart. Hello, the Holocaust. They don't have a good heart. I got. But you see exactly where I'm going with that, right? It doesn't matter their intention. And as well as blessings to you all, Justin and Evelyn, for joining up. Namaste. Fidgety Fools Around. Thank you so much for that sub. Let's see what kind of message Fidgety. Explore military veteran. Leslie told me I was full of crap, and that really helped elevate me to the next level. Fidgety, namaste. Blessings to you, Fidgety. We're on 8th month already with you? Fidgety, it's amazing how time goes. It's amazing how fast time goes when you're tapping into the power of the next level. It's amazing how fast time goes by. Blessings to you and namaste. Blessings to you and namaste. Guys, so how we doing? Let's chat. Let's chat in with you. Let's check in with you guys and just see how everyone's doing, huh? How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? I'm feeling a percolating energy. That energy is rising up right now. The energy is congealing, focusing up right now in the chat, and it feels good. It feels fantastic. And I'm so excited to help as many people as possible tonight. Blessings to you. Not me saying I had a 3-taco dinner and it was so tasty. Love that. Love that. Absolutely love that for you, Not Mish. Blessings to you. Now, Not Mish, I know on a personal level, and she has a miserable life. So any little W she can get like that is a W for women everywhere. Nindy knew. I need advice about literally every aspect of my life. There's a stream 11 hours tonight. No, Nindy knew. Thank you for giving me that little heads up. I'm going to be asking you to call, and no, it's not going to be 11 hours. It's going to take about way less. It's going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to give you exactly what you need in 5 minutes. Uh-oh. And while I'm here yammering, we found ourselves amidst the Jazz Express. Namaste, everybody. Let's go ahead and get that energy up in a sort of sensual. Say yes to the sensuality as being harnessed through the spiritual energy of jazz music, as invented, as everyone knows, by Joseph Smith. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Unplugged. 15 minutes. Blessings to you. Pepperoncini, I am wearing my seatbelt tonight and being safe. CC at Orleans PD, at NOLA Sheriff, at Mayor Cantrell. Namaste to each of those officials. Blessings and welcome to the community. Guys, namaste. We're just getting started. namaste. Ooh. Man, my living room now smells like a hot Mumbai summer's evening. Very aromatic, says Main Doors. Namaste. Pepperoncini, blessings. My seatbelt is on tight. I cannot get hurt, and I am being safe. Blessings to you. Once again, love to get that. Love getting that message again. Blessings to you, Pepper. Really nice and really beautiful. Really safe with it. Sometimes it's nice to start off safe. A little different, right? A little different kind of energy, right? I'm practicing Dom, but the toot toot makes me want to go sub, says Grizzle. Grizzle, try it out a little bit. I am a practicing Dom. Well, let's go ahead and get it on the bottom, right? Or get it on top. You know, that's the funny thing. People think that subs need to be physically on the bottom all the time. Subs can be on top. It's the manner in which you are on top. Namaste. Now, Grizzle, you go ahead and speak on that. I got you started. Go ahead and speak on that, and I'll add a little accompaniment to you. Namaste. Blessings to you. Wow, guys. And we keep this going. Pepperoncini thrusting this into that level 2. Now, you might be wondering, when does this end? It's up to the community. It's up to, and more importantly, it's a perfect place to meditate. A perfect place to meditate on the nature of being within the universe. Now, jazz often presents a portal through which to meditate, being through the universe. And as far as that goes, the important question, maybe the most important question we could be asking within that context is, when does this end? The Phobe 64. Again, I love that name. Hoffman01, you enjoy that sub. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Data Pagan Jazz activates my personal portal, my hole. So we're talking anus. We're talking about an ass. We're talking about a vagina. We're talking about a mouth. We're talking about nostrils and a couple of ears. And you might be wondering, I've never heard of anybody refer to the hole as any of those things that you just shared. And ladies and gentlemen, that's because you have a lack of experience or a lack of imagination. You have a lack of experience or a lack of imagination. Namaste. Open that mind, guys. We're just getting started tonight. Pepperoncini, 100 bits. I am still wearing the seatbelt and it's on tight. I will be safe while I am in the car. Phil Z74. I want my hall to be absolutely filled with love. So Phil Z, guys, if you haven't figured out Phil Z's whole thing, is because it's, you know, he comes on here and he does his little drunk little goblin riddles, right? But if you haven't seen underneath that surface to see somebody right there, I want my hole to be absolutely filled with love. He wants that caboose filled with love. I'm telling you right now, it's supple. I've seen it. He sent me pictures. No, I did not ask for them, but yes, I was thankful. Namaste, everyone. Namaste. Wow. Wow. Pepperoncini, Communal Vision. Thanks so much, Pepperoncini. Namaste. Pepperoncini, I want to make a movie called Phil with Love, and it's about Phil writing letters to his wife while he fights the war on alcoholism. Wow. Wow. That's powerful stuff. That's powerful stuff. Pepperoncini. I know you're in a car and I know you're keeping it safe, but listen, there's nothing safe, nothing plain safe about that idea. That is a hot film idea. And I know a filmmaker who would love to get his hands on that kind of story. I'm a promiscuous meat harness. Okay. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it. See, now we're back to it. Now, guys, welcome back to Explorations. My name is Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. The most official, the most effective, it's official. Officially the most effective personal power program in the country. Now, thousands upon thousands of people I have worked with one-on-one, ranging from the lowest of the low to the highest celebrities, politicians, and you name them, I've worked with them, and their life has been transformed by the work here that we do through Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Now, again, let's go through it, guys. Let's do the cap, and I need to get this line open, all right? I know I like to hullabaloo. I like to give my little lectures. I like to give my little things. I like to do my little reflections and et cetera at the top. But I got to get this line open as soon as possible, and I need to help as many people as possible, guys. As many people as possible. We're going to be burning through these calls, all right? So if you think you're getting kicked off the phone, you're right. You're absolutely correct. You're not going to be rooting. I don't want to hear all the business about every nook and cranny of your personal life. You come to me with the problem, and I'm gonna give you what you need. Communal Vision Vixen Vina Guru, is it okay to eat bologna? Absolutely. I love bologna. I absolutely am in love with bologna. Now, there are so many ways to eat it as well. I would say, I would put it on the list. I put hamburger first, hot dog. Also, if that's like Roman numeral 1, hamburger, Roman numeral 2, hot dog, second favorite food. Then capital A, in the outline, I would put bologna underneath the hot dog. I wouldn't necessarily give it its own thing because it's so closely related. Hot dog is good, but bologna is also good and very, very similar. But I would say it was mainly that bologna business. That bologna, now you got me started on my bologna thing. Now you got me started on my bologna thing. I can't stop it. Once I dip my toes in, I can't stop. Now, the bologna stuff, let me tell you about it right now. The bologna stuff is really a treat. And it's important that you get a very specific kind of bologna, and that bologna brand is Oscar Mayer. Now, I've tasted the wares of the world over. I've tasted bologna meats from sea to shining sea, and as well as internationally. I've been all over the world. Now, and everywhere I go, I ask in the local native tongue, do you have a sort of regional bologna? And almost always the answer is yes. Almost always the answer is yes. And then I sample that. Now, You guys, people want to mess around. They think they can mess around with putting garlic in it, putting pimento cheese in it. They can start putting little olives in it. They can start, doing any manner of things. Any perverse thing is exactly that, a perversion of the pure, clean-cut American-style bologna through Oscar Mayer brand. Namaste. Now, if you're gonna go, to just have a bologna sandwich, a treat. Put that between 2 slices of bread, a little bit of mayonnaise, absolutely wonderful. Miracle Whip also goes really hard on a bologna sandwich. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a goddamn word from anybody that I don't want to start that bullshit tonight. Okay, I don't want to start the bullshit about Miracle Whip not being bad or whatever you guys get stuck on. Last time I brought it up, you guys like start. You guys had a conniption. All right, you had like a mentally ill breakdown. Last time I saw that kind of breakdown, I was sitting at the library next to a lethally massive autistic man at one of the tables there, and he was reading his newspaper. He went to go take a shit. He takes a long time. I know this because I see him at the library every time I go in there. And without fail, at 11:15, he is going to the bathroom. He takes a very long bowel movement. Hello to new explorer Luke. Had a great dinner tonight with another visionary looking for insight into the next level. Namaste, Flux. Who's this Luke? Who's this Luke? Show yourself. Luke, who are you? My name is Leslie, and welcome to Explorations, the most effective personal power program in the country. It's fantastic to have you on board, and namaste to you. Blessings. Now, as I was saying just a moment ago, guys, as I was sharing with you all just a moment ago, this baloney business. Now, one little thing that I like to do with the bologna, in addition to just eating it good old plain American style, no ethnic frivolities on my bologna sandwich. Okay, not my bologna sandwich. Okay, that's where I draw the line. All right, that's where I draw the line with multiculturalism in general. Okay, liberalism is all fine and good, and I enjoy diversity in a great many ways, but not on my goddamn bologna sandwich. Not mish. Every time you bring up Miracle Whip not being bad, it's like you forgot you've been fed spoonfuls of Miracle Whip and mayo, and Miracle Whip is always the worst one. Well, listen, there are so many things that you could substitute. Yeah, I drink a gallon, right? Like, okay, let's take that to a different area, right? I drank a gallon of pickle juice, and it gave me heartburn. I had to go to the hospital because I had first-degree burns in my esophagus because I drank a gallon of pickle juice. Oh, that means it's bad, right? That means pickle juice is bad, right? No. Pickle juice is very good, and you got to get it in little nips, little sips. There's a context for that. Thanks for the bits, though, not me. Blessings to you. You bet you did. You bet you did. You bet you did. You bet you did. What are you talking about? Larry, not a great start for you tonight. What are you talking about? Larry, clear that up. Now, as I was saying a moment ago, one little extra thing that I like to do with my bologna when the time comes is either fry it, or if you're in a pickle or just you're poor, throw it in the microwave for a minute. You got one of those cheap microwaves that they sell at like Walmart right before people go to college. The kids go to college and they got those microwaves for like $15. Grab one of those. Lower wattage, you're going to want 90 seconds on your bologna. And then it crisps up real nice. It crisps up real nice. And that's something you want. That's what you want. If you're trying to just kind of mix things up a little bit. Blessings to you. Thirsty Chud says pickle juice is delicious. Love it as a chaser for some rail whiskey. Now that's fun. You know, pickle chasers can be very fun. I partake in that myself sometimes too. When I'm kicking back, letting my hair down on a weekend, I've been known to have a couple little picklebacks. Now, Pepper and Cheat, Larry Pickle Jar. You said you drank a bunch of pickle juice, and my fake chat name has pickle juice in it, so it was like you were drinking my essence. which is kind of like cum. Sure, I drank your cum. I drank Larry Pickle Jar's cum, sure. Chili Lime Extra Strength Pickle Juice is my go-to sports drink. Chili Lime Extra Strength Pickle Juice is my go-to sports. So when Pepperoncini gets done working out, we all know how much Pepperoncini loves, fitness and working out. His go-to drink is a sports drink flavored like Chili Lime Pickle Juice. Phil Z, put a set of acorns in my mouth garden, watch them explode. He saw, yeah, that's sexual. That's hard to receive as anything other than sexual. Phil Z coming in very horny in the communal visions tonight already, and I love that. I love that. Now a lot of streamers, they'll see something, explicitly sexual or sensual being lobbed up onto their screen via the tools that they give their streamers, their little, their version of explorers. Or they'll see something in chat and listen, and they'll be like, no. I say yes, yes, yes. I say yes, 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 because I'm saying yes to humanity. I'm saying yes to the force of life. I'm saying yes to libido. I'm saying yes to the forces that animate us. Namaste. Now, guys, I need to open up the line in just a moment. But before I do, a couple quick announcements. Firstly and foremostly, guys, check out this. We got the P.O. box. We got a German. I don't know if you're here, German. But we opened up that absolutely gorgeous little envelope with you. And guys, just reiteration, we got a Mexican family on a key ring from German royalty. No idea who they are. Absolutely no clue. And they might be some other kind of Hispanic. I don't know. I clock them as Mexican. That's just me. Now, anyway, I got that key ring, and that's sent to me in the mail. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois, 60647. That is P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois, 60647. I love getting stuff from you guys. Be it postcards, be it letters, be it packages, any damn ass thing you want to send in the old United States Post Office before it gets absolutely raped by BlackRock and AI via... everything coming down the pipeline. Namaste to you. Send it on over to me. Send it on over to me. I love it. Now, as I was saying, let's go ahead and do the second announcement. The second announcement, guys, if you've seen the magic work here on the call-in show, and you are eager to take your life to the next level that we speak about so frequently here at Explorations. To utilize the tools, utilize the tenets, utilize every little bit of wisdom and direction that I provide here through Explorations and the wisdom you discover in your own heart. Guys, I can't wait to get you over to my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Hosting my library of exclusive materials. I'm talking videos. I'm talking podcasts. I'm talking music downloads. A monthly postcard from me, Leslie Tanner. Guys, it's all can be yours tonight for the price of a cup of coffee every month. I'm telling you, I've got a couple explorers of devoted light in the chat right now. They can attest to this. Gotten extremely glowing reviews of the last podcast that I put up. I put a podcast up on Tuesday. People are absolutely loving it. Absolutely. There we go. Flux Stormzy, and the podcast is life-changing. Life-changing. Cherish says you can't afford not to. And Cherish, you're not exactly rich, are you, sweetheart? Cherish isn't exactly, drinking Ciroc on the weekends, is she? No. Blessings to you. The podcast works as Whole. Ooh, I love that name. I'm in love with that username. Whole. Love that. Wow. Wow. The podcast is the high point of my week. Grizzled Curmudgeon says Grizzled Curmudgeon. And I can't wait to get another podcast. So guys, don't take it from me. Take it from the long line of testimonials that are showing up in the chat right now at the mere mention of the podcast. Type ! Final Journey into the chat right now for instructions of how you too could join my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Now, guys, let's get into it. We said we're going to get into it, and we are. Tonight is an advice speed round. I am going to come down from my perch of being able to see the universe, both from from within it, immersed within the the subatomic currents of energy and the truths that are revealed to me, but also from immeasurable heights up, detached, able to abstract and hold everything within a tesseract. Now, tonight I'm coming down from that perch. I'm giving you the exact stuff that you need, the exact path and illumination you need in your life. My ass will never be the same, says Phil Z. Namaste. Wow. Appreciate that. Phil. Really beautiful. Really absolutely beautiful. That's gorgeous, and I appreciate that. I do, and I'm not just saying that. I am absolutely in love with the fact that you just shared that. Phil Z, my ass will never be the same. What? What? Never underestimate the community here, guys. Never underestimate the community at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Line is now open, 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Quick affirmation for fellas. Take a step into the pool of tomorrow, the pool of yesterday, and the infinity of the present. Perfect. Nailed that. Who got that? Pepperoncini? You're welcome, Pepperoncini. That was a good one, right? That was a good one. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Drowning deep in my sea, broken your back, looking at my shit. It seems my turtle has died. Will you give it to me? I can see the inside you.
All right, that's that. Larry Picklejar says, take a hike. Larry Picklejar said, I hated that. Namaste. 708-240-8953. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
You can call me John.
John, you've called before, right, John?
No, I never called in. Nope.
John, is this your first time calling tonight?
Yeah.
Well, guys, can we make some noise for John? Can we make some noise for a goddamn first-time caller, John? John, did you just find us tonight? Have you been watching for a little while?
No, I've been watching. I'm an active member of the community of Devoted Light.
Oh, you are, John.
First time caller.
I must know. I must have your last name somewhere in this noggin of mine, sending you postcards and whatnot.
Yeah, I got one of them so far.
One of them, good enough. Oh, if you got one of them, you get so much. It's like you get 14 of them. Yeah, I'm going to be sending out some new ones very soon here. John, talk to me. How are you? How is John tonight?
I'm feeling pretty jittery.
Jittery, you said. What's going on with the jitters? You nervous to call in, or something else going on?
I'm a little nervous to call in. I hate being on the phone most of the time, but I love the show. I need some advice, and I got to start trying to be a human being.
Wow. Now, listen, John, I hear you. First of all, I understand that it's kind of compiled, right? It's difficult to get on the phone. First of all, to be speaking on the phone, it feels weird nowadays, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I need to be in solitude. Like if I'm in the car driving, if I'm on the road, it's okay.
So you're on the road right now?
No, I'm just sitting at my house. I'm sitting at my dad's place.
Oh, so we're at Pop-Pop's place, and you're done with work, you're giving a call, you're on your off time in between some work. You work tomorrow, too?
No, that's part of the reason I'm calling.
Okay, yeah, let's get to it, John. I feel like we could gab all night. We're already a tremendous rapport between you and I, which bodes well. So let's get into it. You got something on your mind. Tell me about it, John.
Well, I'm just, I got all these little things. I think I'm on the up and up, and I got the program, so thanks for it. I'm looking for work. I'm getting my stuff together. I'm talking to a lady. But but I just don't know how to keep it from. How do you think I can keep it from falling apart?
There we go. There we go. Now, John, did you by chance listen to my most recent podcast of Devoted Light?
Should I? I should probably listen to them as they come out, but I started and back on on 4.
Don't rush. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your mind as it shows you what you need to be doing. And I think that's a great plan, though, the one that you've got worked through. But weirdly enough, I just mentioned because what you mentioned is pretty much exactly what we discussed this week on the podcast of Devoted Light. Phil Z74, would you rather kiss your brother or your cousin? Coin flip, could be male or female.
My cousin. I got a couple of adopted. I shouldn't say that.
Of adopted cousins?
Yeah.
Are they pretty?
I mean, one of them.
You dog. Lady Pickle Jar, called when you're talking to the ladies, what's your first line?
I said, oh gosh, my first line. This is spur of the moment banger. I was up late at night and downloaded the app, and I said, "What's the wackiest movie you've seen lately?" And we started talking about Wild at Heart, and yeah.
Oh, love that. So you started off on just like a personal level, not necessarily having to, come in there with a bunch of hot air or feel like you need to do or say the right thing. You just opened up nice, personable, and also interested, right? Love that. And that worked out?
Yeah, so far.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, and Wild at Heart, that's a fun movie. You seen that movie?
Love that.
You haven't?
No, yeah, I love that movie.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's great. I just watched it for the first time a couple months ago. It was a lot of fun. I can't believe I hadn't seen
the
it.
opening scene is one of my favorites.
What was that?
The opening scene, my favorite.
What happens in the opening?
Nick Cage murders that guy at a Power Mad song.
Oh yes. I remember now. Yeah, it's the vibe is tremendous throughout that, like beginning to end. Now listen, again, here we are getting sidetracked, hitting it off like two old best friends. Larry Pickle Jar coming in. Caller, what is your favorite sex move?
I'm a big fan of kissing.
Do you say kissing?
Yeah. That's a sex move, right?
Ellie Benelli with the subscription. Explorer, failed parent of several. Namaste. Thanks for sharing that. The program has changed my life. Ellie Benelli, a terrible mom. I love working with bad moms. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd rather work with a bad mom 10 times out of 10. You give me a line of good moms, and then you give me a line of bad moms. I'm heading over to the bad mommies every single time. Now, kissing is everybody's really impressed with you right now, John and Chad. Everyone's loving your energy. Now, let's get to it. You
I'm not watching.
are afraid everything's going to fall apart, right?
I mean, it could happen before.
Right, exactly. I was going to say that kind of fear comes from experience. There's not somebody who's never experienced that before, they're not going to have that fear. And
Right.
the thing is, I could sit here and I could give you a bunch of stuff that is bullshit, right? I could say, oh, no, it's different this time. Oh, no, such and such thing. I could glean a little bit of info. I'll be like, oh, no, you're on the right track. You got to have faith. You got to have faith that things will work out. No, you absolutely do not.
That's right. That's one of the things I learned from the program. Is that I can be a fucking loser or a retard or whatever.
Right.
But,
or both. Why not both?
I can still follow the program.
Absolutely. In
I
fact,
can still reap the benefits.
within the program, John, you're actually in a better position to utilize the program as a loser and or a retard.
Right.
So listen, like I was saying just a second ago, I could give you all the hullabaloo, that we could fit in the next minute or two of this call. But listen, that's coming from experience. You've seen how bad it can get, and you know that there's simply not a guardrail to keep it from happening again, or even worse this time.
Right. I mean, it can't get too much worse. I'm at the bottom on my way up.
I mean, you've got a job. You're talking to a girl. What was the other thing? You're saving some money, right, or something?
I don't have a job yet. I still don't have too much money.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. See.
I'm just saying, either by your hand or the hand of God, this could all fall apart. And you're absolutely right. And do not let go of that fear. Phil Z74, Johnny Boy, do you punch yourself on the butt and say, it's your fault, deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I bang my head and I say, stupid, stupid, stupid. But that's a little different again.
Right. Right. No, you keep doing that. Do that. You could do that in private, do that in public. I would say get like 6 or 7 dates in before you do that in front of the lady. Larry Pickle Jar, caller, what would you say is your best skill for the job market?
I can type real fast. That's not a skill anymore. I don't have any like marketable skills, I don't think, but I'm really good at whatever I want to do. I'm pretty good at it. If I could get my foot in the door, I'm there.
Right. So you're a fast learner. You're adaptable. You've got what it takes to succeed in a wide swath of fields.
Yeah, but you can't really say that on a resume, right?
No, it just sounds like you're a loser. Yeah, if you start saying that stuff, that's gonna look like, oh, this guy's a fucking loser. Next. But so you gotta gussy it up. But it's honestly, that's the skill that allows anyone to succeed in any way. You know what I mean? Right. Now listen, I'm gonna give you the best advice that anyone could possibly give you at this point in time. Things are looking up, and you're right to feel anxious. You should feel anxious, and don't let anyone try to take that anxiety from you. Now, let's say I'll give you another piece for free. You give that, you tell someone in your life that you're anxious, right? You let somebody see your soft, vulnerable interior life, right?
Yeah, being vulnerable is hard, but like, you don't got to do it. You can kind of just pretend to be vulnerable. Give them the little parts they might need to know, but not really, you know?
Well, here's what I'm telling you. If you let someone in and you tell them that you're anxious about everything falling apart, and they say, hey, buddy, that is literally your enemy. That is literally your enemy, okay? That is a child or someone who's child-minded, all right? Do not trust them.
Yeah. False affirmations is the evilest things that people give out, like willy-nilly.
Say that again. I didn't quite hear you.
The affirmations just so lousy. The willy-nilly affirmations.
No, you say they give you affirmations?
No. Never mind. I think my service is pretty bad.
Well, listen, I'm going to say I got to move on, but you just go back and listen to the VOD, though, Johnny. Quick little question for you, though, from the Communal Vision. Johnny Boy, you strike me as a male who has to say good night a lot to the point you feel like a 70s Western, yes?
A good night?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I do like to say good night. I like a good night. I like a goodbye. I like a good night and goodbye. I love Roy Rogers. I love Gunsmoke, James Arnett. Yeah, I guess so.
Perfect. All right. Well, you have a wonderful night, Johnny. I appreciate it. Listen, guys, can we make some noise for Johnny, first-time caller? And it was a pleasure to give you some speedy advice. You've been terminated. They just said good night. Blessings to you. Laser Shark, I'm spiraling out mentally and emotionally, but it's no need to worry. But does anyone have any advice that isn't drugs and alcohol? I'm already on meds. Well, first of all, it's good to scratch that first one off the list. A lot of people skip that. A lot of people skip that one. They say, my life is bad. Haven't tried drugs and alcohol? No. I hear that it's bad. No, I can't do it. Well, then why, if it doesn't work, listen, if it didn't work at least a little bit, why would so many people be doing it? That's the first thing I have to say. Secondly, what exactly, sometimes, we're told that depression is a matter of a whole host of, the legacy of the 80s and 90s has given us and partly the 70s has given us this idea that we exist in a vacuum, right? That we exist in a vacuum, and that to the point that we are not social or emotional machines. We are actually mechanical. The mind is a machine. We've heard this, right? And you can see this manifesting the idea that depression is chemical, it's biological. And while that component does exist, right? That component does exist. Have they thought for a second to think that maybe there's a reason someone's depressed? And that is, and there you go. That's it. Let's find the reasons. What I have to say is a legally licensed therapist. Little bitches, says Stone Monster 400. Sony, thank you so much. Blessings to you. 26 months with the program. Wow. It's hard to believe it's already been over 2 years with you. I know we did a 2-year celebration, but it's crazy. It's crazy how much time goes by. Blessings to you. Oppression can be a motivator. Depression can be a motivator. Says Duncan. Blessings to you. Duncan, thank you for sharing that. 708-240-8953. 708-240-8953. Advice speed run, guys. I'm ready to get through as many as possible tonight. 708-240-8953. Laser Shark, what else have you tried? Laser Shark, what else have you tried over at YouTube? Laser Shark. Brother Laser Shark. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I could call you tonight?
It's Reverend At All Costs Money. How are you doing tonight, Leslie?
I'm doing great at all costs money. Let's get right down to business. Tonight is the advice speed round. Talk to me. What's on the mind? What are you looking to have something clarified for yourself tonight?
Well, I'm looking to kill my emotional capacity to care about anything other than myself and my own financial resources. And I was wondering if there's a way to do that without killing my mental faculties or my logical reasoning.
Wow. Now there's a complex one.
Yep, I wanted to destroy my emotional capacity to care about other people so I can get rich.
So you're looking to cut off your emotional capacity for empathy in general, and not just constricting it to your close friends and family or just to your significant other. You're talking about everybody.
Yep, except maybe like a pet rat, or something intimidating like a tiger or something. Something I can afford to be like, I want my own shark tank, literal, with sharks in it.
Right. Okay, so listen, I would say first step, I'm proud of you. First step, I think you're on the right track. What can I ask, back up a little precursor though for you? What exactly was going on when you realized that this is your path? Because I think it's a beautiful path for you and it makes a lot of sense. Take me back to the moment where you realized this was your path though.
Well, you got people with who wear wristwatches that are worth more than a lot of people's lives, and I would like to be able to do that. I would like to be able to flaunt my wealth so ostentatiously that other people are like, wow, good for you. There's starving people, but you're wearing a really expensive watch. I want people to look up to me for literally destroying other people's lives so that I can continue to make money off of others' suffering. But I can't do that right now because I care about people and I need to cut that part out.
Well, we're talking about the emotional experience. We're not talking about your behavior, right? We're talking about the phenomenon of the feeling of caring.
Right, because if you cut that out, then my behavior would change as course, right?
Phil Z74, the Communal Vision caller, do you like to dress like a bird and have a thing for skanky bird-ass BJs? I've got something for you.
Not my style, no. So again, that would, the only thing I really want to concern myself is my own financial well-being and nothing else. No emotional capacity to really care about, well, maybe personal hygiene, but again, that's going back to being just all about me, right?
Well, I think first of all, I think a really good step for you. I don't know if because we've talked before at All Cost Money, and you got a tank, you got a reserve tank of confidence in yourself, right? You got to clear that sort of clear tenor baritone voice. We talked about your relative success with sensuality in general. So listen, I think the
really
first
challenge anymore. That was so eye-opening when I realized that. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, listen. So listen, there are two ways to go. One, and this would be great if this was possible. One would just become like an actual, genuine, diagnosable sociopath.
How do I do that?
You can't.
That's
so if you're not that, then you can't do it. There's just not a way to replicate that. You either got the muscle or you don't. Now, we need to think. You need to start thinking of yourself as a victim. Phil Z74, caller, how does it feel to lie to your mom telling her you love her?
I haven't told. Ooh, wow. Yeah. So I love my mom, but I don't like her.
Listen,
if that makes any sense at all.
Your emotional nuances, your ability to discern nuance is going to be working against you this entire time. So what you need to do is you need to find some times in your life that you've been a victim, right? Someone victimized you, someone hurt you. And you need to really reinforce that as much as possible. So again, if you got the empathy muscle, which you do, unfortunately, it's going to be in your way. What can we do to empower you to hurt others and not care about their suffering and sort of just kind of take from the world around you? Then you need to really dial in on victimhood, a bottomless hole of victimhood. What was the time you've been hurt before?
There was a time I was kicked in the ribs by the New Orleans police. That really sucked.
There you go. You've been a victim of police violence.
Oh yeah.
Start there. That's even got social cash right now. You could go online and talk about that. And you could make a lot of money as either on the left or as a libertarian. You could say whatever you want. You could it's all just a matter of framing. It doesn't matter because it's about money. 5 sex. This guy has mommy issues. That's from Phil Z74. Any response?
Not really. Just really, not really.
All right. Well, listen. That's the best
I'm very
advice.
Self-aware. That's the other thing. How do I become a little bit less self-aware? If I can't kill the emotions, what about just becoming less self-aware?
See, that's the thing. That's the dead end. That's the dead end. That's the dead end.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to do away because you're bright and you're likable and you have empathy, and those are all working against you right now. We need to change that question, self-awareness, not to do away with the self-awareness, but we need to change how we relate to our self-awareness. What are we self-aware of, right?
So in this case, you recommend self-aware of victimhood.
Yes, exactly. Right? You've been hurt. You are deserving of everything anyone has to give you. People that are really good at this, people that are really, really tremendous at this, end up becoming some of the worst parents anyone's ever seen in their lives.
Oh, fantastic.
They say because they relate to their children through this, and they're very good at what your goal is. So I don't know if you have anyone like that in your life, or maybe a friend with a narcissistic or some sort of other attachment disorder, borderline or something. Maybe I don't know. I'm just looking around.
I cut all those people out of my life, actually.
Well, I'm not saying be friends with them. I'm just saying learn from them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe reinsert myself into their lives again and take notes.
If you can tolerate it, yeah. I think, but this is your road though. You need to be a victim. You need to really immerse yourself in the victimhood of Christianity, of socially progressive politics. I'm trying to think of, any religion or metaphysical framework has, this victim champion complex thing in really together. So it's.
Oh, they do. I was thinking I'm not really big on religion, but I mean, that's actually kind of a good point to start at. See, that's one of the reasons why I get rid of this empathy thing, so I can literally start my own church and start bilking people
Beautiful.
for money for their fictitious beliefs and not feel bad about it when grandma can't afford insulin, but she gives me $100 in the collection plate.
Gorgeous. Yeah, I love that. Listen, I think you're off to a tremendous start. You've got what it takes. It just takes you got to finesse this beginning. Once you get in the motion of becoming a victim, you'll find that it is very easy. It just takes a lot of reinforcement. Anything that's worth it deserves practice. I think this is another one of those things.
Excellent advice as always. Thank you, Leslie Tanner. Namaste. The program works.
Of course. Namaste. It all costs money. I really appreciate you being so generous with yourself tonight. Genuinely. Thank you for everything that you do for us.
You're welcome. Namaste.
Namaste. Larry Picklejar. Ooh, just missed it. Maybe he'll get it in chat. Larry Picklejar. Caller, if you really want to feel like a victim of your circumstances, volunteer as a local GOP party official. No, I'm telling you, GOP or the DNC, I'm telling you, you join a political party, you're going to find some of the biggest losers by which to attune. It's perfect. It really is perfect. Politics is easy too. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Oh, hey, Leslie, it's Underhill.
Underhill, good to hear from you, Underhill. Look, I've got a quick resub from Craigulators. They've guys, one second, Underhill. We are celebrating a 3-year milestone in the program of Explorations with Leslie Tanner with Craigulators. Moderator, Craigulators. Namaste to you. Namaste to Craigulators. Wow, 3 years. Absolutely life-transforming 3 years for him too. I've seen some tremendous growth from and it gives my heart flight. Blessings. Phil Z, Craigulators, the best bragger of their sub length and small peen length. So Phil Z saying Craigulators has a small penis. Live on air. Namaste. Now let's go ahead, caller. We've got gifted stuff from Larry Picklejar. Namaste to you, Larry. Thank you so much. Underhill from YouTube.com, huh?
Yeah, I watch your show on YouTube.
I love that. I love that. I started multi-streaming over to YouTube.com and I'm still befuddled by how it's working out over there. Did you find it on YouTube Live?
Yeah. Just came up on my front page one night. It's been really great, Leslie. Already changing my life in just the last couple weeks.
I love that. Underhill, thank you so much. I really appreciate you calling tonight and letting us know the role that Explorations with Leslie Tanner has played in your life. There are a million examples, as many examples as there are people who participate. So thank you so much for sharing. What kind of developments have you seen in your life the past couple weeks?
Oh, I've been real depressed because probably can't afford the house anymore. I probably have to go live outdoors on my property in a nasty place, and I just really couldn't do anything. I was totally depressed. I was just like watching the money go. But then I found your show, and I was like, you know what? I gotta take control, man. Like, I can't just sit down and do nothing. Like here's Leslie, and he's got this whole show, and he looks awesome, and he's got everything together, and he's so smart. And like, why couldn't I just take that as an example and try to emulate that? And so now I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna like reconnoiter my crap and sell stuff and like get my money together, and I'm gonna get ready to go out there, and I'm gonna wreck it, and I'm just not gonna care anymore about all the crap that led here. I'm just gonna do the future. You know what I mean?
Wow. Guys, rarely do we get to hear such a succinct and direct testimonial from an explorer of how this program, simple though it is, profoundly changed the direction of a life. We're talking about depressed. We're talking about sleeping outside. We're talking about losing control of a man's life. And then them turning it around, finding something within this program to take into their own life, put into practice, and watch the benefits roll in. Underhill, namaste to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Also, I know you and Laser Shark are holding it down over at youtube.com, and I'm holding you both so close to me. I wish I could breastfeed the both of you.
Oh, I wish you could too.
I wish I could. You know, men can lactate.
It's true. It's
My
like
friends,
a survival thing. Like when the mom, like if you're like, you know, a caveman or whatever, and like the mom gets like eaten by a tiger or something, like
right.
the dad can like technically breastfeed. It takes a while though.
You got to suck really hard, huh?
Yeah. It works in relationships too, I hear.
Ooh. There we go. Now we're talking. Phil Z74, Underhill caller. You sound remarkably clean. What's your soap of choice? That's from Phil Z.
Oh, you know, I gotta have the Dove, man. You know,
Dove.
with the lotion in it, like just keeps you young, right?
Right. You love the Dove. The Dove is simple. It's got a nice scent, and it's affordable to boot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I only shower like every 3 or 4 days because I live a sad life alone and nobody cares. So I save tons of money on soap that way.
Love that. You pinch pennies where you can, you know? You got no one to impress, no one in your life.
You got to find the positive.
Find the positives. Find the positives of living a depressing, isolated, lonely life.
Yeah.
Now, Underhill, already I can detect.
And if I wasn't, I would have never discovered explorations. So I have my crappy life to thank for that too, right? That's positive.
Oh Lord, listen, again, I wish if I was breastfeeding you, the milk would be coming out like a fire hose right now. It'd be like coming out like a fire hydrant, bunch of ethnic children dancing in my milk, but in your mouth, which is latched onto my nipple as I breastfeed you fiercely.
And it like dribbles down my chin and gets all over my face.
All over your face. It's getting dry down your chest because you've been sucking for so long. Now, listen, Underhill, I'd love to continue to imagine you on my nipple in a metaphysical sense. Now, let's get, though, to advice speed round. You got something on the mind. What can I help you with tonight directly?
Well, you know, I was working on this bike, because it's going to be easier to be out on the property with it. And
sure.
I couldn't get the handle grip off. And I saw this thing on YouTube where you like try to put some water under it, but I pulled too hard and I kind of hurt my thumb, and I don't have any insurance. And it's not like really bad, but it like hurts. Like anytime you try to like make a fist, I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, that sucks. I would say honestly, you got a rough thumb situation. You know, honestly, I've got a weirdly enough bread basket. Namaste and welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Welcome to the program. Blessings to you. 7th Dragon Ball. Good to see you, Brother 7th. Brother 7th Dragon Ball coming in. hey caller, what do you like to do in your spare time when you are not chronically masturbating at your mom's place?
Everything else I do. I gave that up a long time ago, but I do still chronically masturbate at my own place.
Ooh, love that. How many times a day? How many times a day?
Same thing. Oh, I don't know. It varies. It goes through phases. Like sometimes it'll be like, just like every day for days, like 10 times a day. But then like I won't even think about it for like a week, right?
Right. Tide comes in and tide comes out. Tide comes in, time comes out.
Right. Especially as you start to like age a little bit, the testosterone kind of becomes a sine wave,
Right, and it's important to feel the sort of tidal forces of life and death as they communicate through you. So listen, I'm going to make this real simple as far as this advice goes. Communal vision, Phil Z74. Have you ever thought about switching your big toe for your thumb? A toe. It could solve this.
That's a good idea, but
listen,
I don't have insurance. You probably need a doctor for that.
For 60% yes. But let me go ahead and tell you what I'm going to tell you about this thumb business. So I went to high school with this guy that I ran into at the gas station. I was getting a couple snacks. He was paying for $10 of gas for his tractor. Okay? And I kept looking at him. I thought I recognized him. But even more than the recognition, what was drawing me to him? Duncan did it. Sometimes I masturbate and I don't even realize it. Thoughts? Listen, I'll give you my thoughts real fast about that. That means that first of all, it's beautiful. Second of all, that level of communion with the body and mind is something of legend. I would never second guess that. I would, some people might say, make sure you don't start masturbating in public, at churches, near schools, and things like this. And I understand there certainly is some conventional wisdom in that. But ultimately, I mean, the body is a very wondrous and ancient device that we have. And I'm not going to say that I understand the ins and outs of that. I just know a gift when I see it. 1030, namaste, 10301030, namaste. Welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Now we've got, Larry, caller, as a property owner, what area of said property would you bury a body of a loved one you accidentally ran over in a fit of rage?
Oh, well, it's a desert, so it's pretty flat, but there are low spots, and you can tell where the rain has gone over the years from how the land looks. So I'd probably pick the lowest spot where the most water runs so that it'll actually decompose instead of just like getting cryogenically preserved in the desert. Probably want to go for low ground, but you don't want to do that like in a forest or something where there's lots of water, because then the body can float up, and you want them to rest in peace, right?
Right. Now, beautiful. Thank you for fielding that. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat. I'm seeing this guy from the high school. I know I recognize him, but even more than that, the reason I'm looking at him is because he doesn't have a thumb in his right hand, right? We're waiting in line. He's second in line. I'm third in line. I'm behind him. I'm looking at him, and he's got no thumb, and he keeps smelling the spot where his thumb was. He keeps smelling it. I look at what he's trying to smell. I think he's smelling maybe a flower, or maybe a little bit of gas got on his hand or something. Phil Z74. To expand on earlier comment from Larry, have you ever tried to make others change their sexual preference unnecessarily? Well, that's a really good question, Phil.
Me? Have I ever tried to make someone change their sexual preference?
Unnecessarily, yeah.
Well, what is, like, I have, how do I put this? I have had conversations with people about, like, I'm bi, right? I kind of see, and I wasn't always, so I know both sides of the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so every now and then, like, somebody finds that out about me, and they, like, they're either gay and we're never really straight, or they're straight and we're never gay, and they have like all these questions about like one side or the other, and I'm just like, I'll answer those questions and I'll try to guide their interests, right? But I always try not to be like, you should do this or that, like I'm bi. I don't want like, the polarity. If I had my own choice, but it's not me, it's them, right? So like
Right.
I've tried to guide people towards like the truth as I see it about those things, but like I have never been like, tried to get with a straight guy or whatever.
You've never tried to turn on a straight guy?
It's too much drama. Every time I hear about that, it's like some straight guy gets with a gay dude, and then the straight guy gets all dramatic about it, and he can't deal with himself because he wasn't really ready for the experience. Who can deal with all that? Like, nah, like there's too many fish that are ready to party,
I love the way you said that. I love the way you said, Data Pagan. Caller, are you a top or a bottom?
I'm a bottom with guys, but like a top with girls.
Top with girls, bottom with guys. Love that. Love that. And what a diverse experience. What a diverse experience. Well, listen. This is like 4 calls all in one. There's so much to cover, so many little tributaries by which we can take our little ferry. But let's go ahead, because you're a very interesting guy. And I'm really enjoying my conversation.
I appreciate that, Leslie.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this conversation. I think you have a lot to offer, not in the community in general. So, but to kind of stick to the meat on the bones tonight, all right? I knew this guy without a thumb. I thought he was smelling maybe a flower, or maybe he had maybe he was doing poppers or something in the gas station, which I didn't think he would because I didn't clock him as like gay and like going out or any, like that's the only context in which I've ever seen anybody do. I've never seen like a straight as fuck guy in the middle of the day just like casually do poppers around a bunch of kids. Have you seen that? I've seen other drugs like that, but not poppers.
Well, our photography teacher in high school used to smoke weed with some of us, like in the back of the photo room, but that's not really the same thing, I guess, huh?
Right. Yeah, see, I seen the weed. Yeah, the weed I get. Poppers is like, I've never seen a casual midday, popper chug. Anyway, so listen, so the reason he's smelling where his thumb used to be. And it was radiating with power. So I would say if worse comes to worse, you just cut your fucking thumb off and like be one of those guys. Phil Z74, let's talk turkey. Do you have more value to the program accepting or giving, so to speak?
Might be something to it.
I don't really understand the question. Let's talk turkey. Do you have more value to the program accepting or giving? Also, question
or giving.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he's. Would you have more value to the program?
Everything's a give and take, right? Like you learn things and you share things, and that's really the program. I don't think anybody's here to just take or give, really, right? Like, and if you see it that way, like you're just reaching into another basket to take something. You're not really like part of a community, right?
Right. Well, there's all sorts of pieces of shit on either end of the spectrum, and I'm glad to have them. Many of the people in chat right now are pieces of shit. They don't give and take. They don't have a good balance for that. But real quick follow-up question before we close out tonight's call, though, Underhill. From the chat, from Laser Shark, you're a fellow YouTube compatriot for you. Ask a question, asking for a friend. His friend Beth has been looking for a dude to peg for like over a decade. Would you be down to be pegged by a girl in northern Indiana?
No, absolutely not. I would never, ever in my life set foot in Indiana.
Interesting. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate. Underhill, don't be a stranger, all right? Call back soon.
Love you, Leslie.
Namaste. Love you too. Namaste.
Namaste.
Underhill, what a spirit, what a soul. really wonderful conversation. Honestly, it went 3 times as long as I thought it was going to. We gotta shorten these back up. Laser Shark, yeah, relay that to your friend Beth, all right? Relay that to your friend Beth. No. For whatever she's up to. 30 or 40. Pepper and Jeannie, I still have my seatbelt on, and it's still on tight. I am sitting in my seat in the car, and I'm safe. Says Pepper and Jeannie. Thanks so much. Pepper and Jeannie really appreciate that. Namaste. Need speed for speed round, like Drugas. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's up that I could call you tonight?
Hey, Big Al, it's Jenny.
Jenny! Guys, we got Jenny on the line. Holy goddamn moly. Jenny, it's been so long. How are you?
Brother, I'm not good. I don't have good news for you.
No,
brother.
don't have good news. You're doing bad. What does that look like for you?
My leg has been seeping, and I let Sebastian in the house, and he stole my medicine. Brother.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Brother.
So your leg is seeping, and what was the medicine exactly?
He took my anxiety medication.
So he took, were they benzos or what were they?
Yeah.
Okay, so he took like your Xanax, and
yes.
But he didn't take. Are you taking medicine for the seeping leg?
Yes.
Did he take that med?
That. No. Can you imagine? What a piece of shit.
Getting fucked up on antibiotics or whatever. Honestly.
I called the police and had the police come.
This has got white trash all over it. What race is Sebastian? Philzy74. Hey, beauty, blood, leg face. Wait, what do I look like about you? That's from Philzy.
What do I look like about you?
What do I like about you? What do I like about you? Is Philzy's question.
Phil loves me because we love each other. I don't know. I don't even understand the question. Oh, don't get me started. I am so mad right now.
I'll bet.
Woo!
Someone took your. Well, see, and the thing is with Xanax, and I say this from personal experience in the field of mental health as a legally licensed counselor, these Xanax prescriptions, these benzo prescriptions, a lot could be said about the efficacy of benzos, blah, 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 blah. But listen, from the perspective of somebody whose life's falling apart and they got something that works, the Xannies are tough to get these days, you know?
I'll say, and that's the problemo, and that's why I called the police.
I think that was the right move. I think that was the right move. I think because if you don't have a police report, you go get your prescription refilled sooner. It's going to raise a red flag at the pharmacy. The doctor won't give you the Xanax anymore.
Yeah.
Now that you've got and plus it's extra humiliating for Sebastian because he was in rehab just a couple months ago.
A couple months? Talk about a couple days.
Oh, he went back again?
Yes.
God damn! What a beautiful back and forth. I know he fucked you over, but God's writing a poem with him right now. Pepperoncini. Sebas was a straight guy turned out to by a gay guy like our last caller. It really does cause drama.
I'll say, yeah, he's like out of Dallas, fucking from a television show. There's something wrong with you. And I told him, I said, just stay with me long enough that you can get on the phone properly with Leslie. And he's like, fuck Leslie. And I was like, well, now we've got problems.
I mean, that's how you know that the program is so effective. Is because if this was just like a walk in the park, if it didn't reveal some sort of some insight, he'd just be like, "Oh, Leslie, that guy, he's fine. He's good enough or something."
He's fine. No.
No.
He said, "Fuck Leslie," and I was like,
I love that. I love that.
I was like, can you just hold on 2 seconds? I was like, Leslie, the program? Fuck you. How about that? How about that? How about that?
I love that. Fuck me, fuck the program. Well, good luck with your stolen
I held
Xanax.
the program up the whole time. Ow, David.
Listen.
I did. I had my hand up and I held it, Leslie. I did. I was strong for us. Press off.
What was that?
I was strong for us. I told him, fuck you. How about that? How about fuck you?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you holding it down for us. With Sebastian.
He's like, you guys are all retards. And I was like, all right, here we go.
Oh, yes. What else are we?
Tell me more.
Phil Z74, are you sure Sebastian isn't a fucking dumbass bird that sounds like a phone and doesn't care about you and makes you sick?
Oh, shit. It's, it's both of them. Yep.
Wow.
But I'll tell you what.
What?
I said, no, these are my friends. And
right, exactly.
The program is working, and you're an asshole piece of... I don't want to say all the bad words I said.
Right, you said a lot of swears, though. You said a lot of cussing.
I did. I swear. Yeah.
It's a good time. Perfect time while you're getting your Xanax stolen. Fram, help. I'm stuck in Vegas. Some bitch stole my wallet.
Fram. Be careful out there, brother. This is why you have to keep it tight.
You know
gotta
what?
keep it tight. You keep it in.
You know what? I'll bet that's kind of fun. It's kind of a perfect little connection for him to say that while you call, because to get consolation and advice from your ass right now while his life is spinning out in a different part of the country, there's not a bigger car accident. Just two losers just being like at each other. Duncan did it.
Big L. Oh, Big L.
Oh boy, the R word again. Fuck Sebastian. At least I let me girlfriend keep her drugs, says Duncan did it.
Oh, Duncan.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
You?
We love Duncan.
Hey, you.
We rated Duncan the other night. He was doing a tremendous job on his stream.
Oh my God! How about his song? It's so good.
Which one?
His song his opening song. Look, I just started doing my shoulder.
I've never seen the opening. I've never seen the opening. I always jump in midstream.
Oh God!
Can't wait to see it.
You're gonna love it.
Now, Jen, listen. I think you're listen. I want to get down to brass tacks with you. You know, I could. Okay. It's wonderful to catch up with you. Your life sounds bad. And your life does go up and down. It is a sine wave, but it kind of really caps a lot lower than a lot of people's lives. The ups aren't quite as up as the average, and the lows are so much worse. Phil Z74.
Are you jumping me right now?
No, I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you right now. Pritz Schurz.
This sucks butts right now. I need to tell you.
Okay, you've been terminated. It's about to get worse. Namaste.
Oh no, Tommy.
Pritz Schurz, Jenny steals the shit out of other people's wallets. Wink, wink, G-Fram. 708-240-8953. We're advice speed rounding tonight. Advice speed rounding. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you?
I blocked that. I block it.
Okay, well, you called back. There's no blocks.
No, I just did it.
No, there's no
with
blocks.
The Holy Spirit.
We don't do blocks anymore.
With the Holy Spirit.
No. Okay. Yeah. So where are you with religion right now? Let's. I'll give you advice about religion. Where are you with religion right now? You're Italian. You're Catholic, right?
Yeah, I'm Catholic. Yeah.
How Catholic are you?
I'm wearing a piece of Saint Rita's.
Okay. Good stuff. You've been terminated again. Namaste.
No.
708-240-8953. We're doing an advice speed round tonight on Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner.
Who termied me? Who termied me?
That one was Phil. He said, suck my butt.
Phil!
First one was Larry
Did
Pickle
you say
Jar.
suck my butt?
First one was Larry Pickle Jar. Second one was Phil Z.
Phil, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to find you in Massachusetts. It's going to take me a long time because I can't drive very good right now because I'm very sick. But I swear there will be a day. Same with you, Larry. Bitch.
Well, listen.
Where were we anyway?
Now,
Leslie,
now, Jen, this Catholic stuff. Well, I love it. I love it. I'm glad that you're staying true to your faith.
Thank you. How's your faith?
As far as Catholicism?
Yeah, let's just go with it.
I mean, you know, I was raised Catholic. I was raised in a Catholic family and community. I would say I've expanded beyond Catholicism. I wouldn't say that I'm not Catholic, but I would say that while I am still Catholic, I am also many, many, many other things.
That's Big L. Me too.
I mean, one thing I'm not, though. One thing I'm not. Is a Protestant.
No way, Jose.
No way.
I don't even know what they're doing in there.
Right?
They just have like one candle burning, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Anything that the Enlightenment touched, I'm sorry. Take a hike. You know what I mean? Those assholes.
Oh, Big L, you're putting me in a better mood. I'll tell you.
Oh, wonderful.
See?
Wonderful. So, you know, everybody, you know, it's the chat is split between enjoying you and not. I'm enjoying you. Somebody called you a goddess a moment ago.
Big L, I missed you.
And I've missed you. I've missed you and the community's missed you. You haven't called in so long.
I got a little bit of tears coming out of my eyes, and I swear on that, Big L. Like right now, there is a little bit of tears. I think I'm scared. I might be a little bit scared too of life, but you know, this is really great. To be back.
You know. Sometimes we got into this a little bit ago. We were talking about depression. We talked about one of the you know, more unfortunate aspects of modern mental health is talking about depression in the context of something that is strictly biological or primarily biological, or primarily like a product of neurotransmitters and etc. However, I would say the question that keeps coming back with client after client and with patient after patient for me as a counselor is oftentimes there's something else that's going on. They're depressed because there's something in their life that's causing them to be depressed. It's actually extremely logical for them to be depressed. You know what I mean? So in your case, you're talking about being afraid of life. Listen, if you weren't afraid of life, it'd be like, hello, what's going on? Have you looked at it?
Why wouldn't you be?
Why wouldn't you be? What is going on? I would be worried about
you silly pants.
Phil Z74, I've never hated so much that I love them. Then I met Jenny.
What did he say?
He said, I've never hated so much that I love them. Then I met Jenny.
Pants? Or God, or Catholics.
Beautiful. Catholic stuff. Listen. Listen, I'd love to get into Catholicism with you, but I really do want to get into. My advice for you tonight, Jenny. My advice for you.
Yes, sir.
Is I'm going to affirm your fear. You know, right? You're like I said, your life's got a lot of ups and downs. Where a lot of people have ups and downs that look like this. Your ups and downs look like that, real low and not that great at all, even at its best. And given that, it's important to keep intact your faculties to experience fear and sadness and anger and frustration. Those things are very natural. And the way, you know, it's like watching a tree grow in a dense, moist soil.
That's going to take so long.
I know.
Do I just have to watch it grow?
What else you got going on?
A sapling?
Larry Picklejar, Jenny, when Sebastian stole your meds, did you want to go hide in a dumpster and pretend it's a tree?
Kind of, yes. That's actually a great question.
Great question.
And kind of, yeah.
And then we've got a psychic emergency from Duncan Did It, Jenny. Please hold on just one moment.
Surely.
This is the Psychic Emergency National Alert System, also known as PNAS. We've interrupted this broadcast in cooperation with Explorer Duncan Did It to issue a psychic emergency. Cheer 300 you like to dance. All the hip-hop spots and you cruise to cruise like connect the dots, not just urban. She liked the pop cause she was livin' la vida loca. She had dumps like a truck thighs like what baby, move your butt, I think I'll sing it again. Repeat. Cheer 300 you like to dance. All the hip-hop spots and you cruise to cruise like connect the dots, not just urban. She liked the pop cause she was livin' la vida loca. She had dumps like a truck thighs like what baby, move your butt, I think I'll sing it again. We now continue with your normal broadcast.
Namaste. Thanks so much. Duncan Did It. Lyrics from the Thong Song. Raised to the level of a psychic emergency via our national alert system here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Namaste. Duncan Did It. We appreciate that. Genuinely thankful for that. Now, Jenny, my advice for you...
Can you repeat it for me? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, you like to dance all the hip-hop spots, and you cruise to cruise like connect the dots. Not just urban. She liked the pop because she was living La Vida Loca. She had dumps like a truck, thighs like what, baby, move your butt. I think I'll sing it again.
I like that. I like that so much.
Me too. I love that song.
Yeah.
I love that song. I've always loved that song.
But can you imagine? This is what we used to listen to, and we were like, "That's good." But.
Exactly. That would come on the radio, and I would say exactly that. I'd be like, "That's good."
This is what I was in the mood for right now.
Exactly. I'll have to remember this one.
Yeah, I'm going to put this one in my pocket.
Yes! I wonder if they have this on compact disc, is what I said.
I'm going to have to learn how to use this machine so I can keep this.
Right, exactly. Well, listen, Jenny, if I had any advice for you is in the coming days, Lord knows you're going to pull yourself out of it because you're a resilient soul. You'll be able to make something work because you do. That's what you do. However, in light of that, I don't want you to lose your faculty for fear, anger, sadness, and frustration, all right? You keep those close to your heart because they make sense. If you lose those things, then you need to start getting worried.
Can I break something against the wall?
100%. There's no rules against that.
Oh, thank God in heaven. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Namaste. Well,
Leslie,
listen.
You and me, man, brother.
Blessings to you.
Wait, hold on. I've got one more thing to say to you.
Yes.
Namaste.
Namaste, my Catholic sister. Jenny, namaste. Namaste, hon.
Namaste, Leslie.
Beautiful call. Loved you. Loved that, right? What a peach. Guys, I got to take a pee. It's that time. It's pee-pee time for Leslie Tanner. Guys, I'll be back in just a moment. After the psychic emergency, I will go pee.
This is the Psychic Emergency National Alert System, also known as PNAS. We've interrupted this broadcast in cooperation with Explorer Philzy74 to issue a psychic emergency. Cheer 300 Jenny is a sucker for the dysfunctional erectile. Repeat. Sheer 300 Jenny is a sucker for the dysfunctional erectile. We now continue with your normal broadcast.
Appreciate that, Phil. Thank you so much for using the National Alert System for that message. Really beautiful, really great, really fantastic. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you tonight. Beautiful perspective. Dysfunctional erectile. I love the little play on that too. It's like a little dance. Now, guys, like I said, it's time for me to pee. I gotta pee. I've been drinking this iced coffee. I gotta pee like crazy. But guys, use this moment, this little break, and before the second half of the program comes back, allow your emotions, your energy to sort of settle in. Piece through some things that you've discovered in the first half of the program tonight, as well as stick around for a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com, where I host my library of exclusive materials, my podcast, my videos, my et ceteras. Ladies and gentlemen, namaste. I'll be right back in just a moment. Blessings.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning, starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, "Listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase." But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well,
you're here. Looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on patreon.com. Where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials now available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing. A dictionary. I know what's in here. Words. And I can't read them. I do not read, I cannot read. Now, a lot of people live their lives reading and extolling the benefits to others about what reading can do in their life. Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program You'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Namaste, my explorers. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie Tanner, host of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. It's fantastic to be back with you for the second half of tonight's program, in which we are doing an advice speed round. We're foregoing the lectures, the themes, the complex abstract truths that we get into sometimes, and I'm giving you facts on the ground, boots on the ground, clarity. So, stuff for your life. You tell me about your life, I give you the direct path forward through the program according to the program's tenets. Now, guys, that was a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Now, again, yes, Doofus, you know it's coming down. We're going to do it in just a moment. Doofus, you read my mind, dog. Oh, my goodness. Old friend Doofus, blessings to you and namaste. Now, as I was saying a moment ago, guys, the community of devoted light at patreon.com. If you want to be a part of this, you want to see this program work in your life, the program materials are there for you to have, to use, to put in your heart and mind by which the path can unfurl. It's all about that, taking that first step. And ladies and gentlemen, don't get me wrong. I know how difficult that first step can be. That first step can be everything. That first step can mean so much, right? Depending on what we've been through in our lives, that first step can be up a mountain. We'd sooner climb mountains. I've watched men in particular climb literal mountains rather than learn how to do the most basic emotional work by which to transform their life in a very durable, lasting way and to truly become. Instead, they do these performances on a mountain rather than taking the first step in the program. Rather than taking the first step of the program, rather than subbing, rather than giving bits, rather than joining my community of devoted light, they did some tourist bullshit up a mountain. Seen it so many times. Time after time. So I know. And the thing is, I don't judge them for it. The flip side of me believing in this program and believing in you, believing that I can help every single person that's listening tonight. The flip side of that is I know how profound this program is. I know of its life-changing capabilities. And the thing is, they do too. They're afraid. What have I always said? The power coursing through your veins right now is not a matter of skill. It's not a matter of work. We don't work to unleash it. We don't focus to get more of it. We don't do little manifestation exercises. Ladies and gentlemen, the thing between you and the act of becoming is fear. You wouldn't think that a man climbing a mountain would be the most scaredy little cat in the universe, but he is. I used to work with a young lady. Introduced the program to her. She immediately got into politics. Ladies and gentlemen, people do not get into politics to change the world. People don't get into politics to unleash their power. People get into politics to avoid changing the world, to avoid unlocking their power. Namaste, Phil Z74. I challenged my wife to say she loved me or get slapped. Challenge. I like the word challenge in that sentence. That's a high octane sentence. But thinking of it as a challenge is interesting. I haven't heard that quite yet before. I've worked with a lot of people that have done similar things in that arena, but haven't quite used that word challenge. And I think that's very interesting. Thank you. Blessings to you. Now, guys, as I was saying a moment ago, If you want to join my community of devoted light, exclamation point, final journey, into the chat right now to begin your final journey. I'd love to have you in. Toaster is our most recent addition to the community of devoted life. You'd believe that, Toaster. And we're happy to have him. I'm so happy to be working with Toaster on an even more intimate level than we do on the call-in show. Now, as I was saying a moment ago, oh, yeah, that's right. Guys, here we go. Blues, thank you so much. Blues Drive Amelia, namaste to you. Blessings to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Namaste. For pulling that up. Now. Let's. I want to make a quick announcement before we open the line back up. Guys, I know we like to do a lot of exciting stuff, but every once in a while, we got to take it to the next level. This Saturday, we'll be doing exactly that with another Infatuations with Leslie Tanner. Infatuations with Leslie Tanner. Guys, if you haven't seen this thing that we do here called Infatuations, you're in for a real treat. Infatuations with Leslie Tanner is the internet's only competitive dating game show. Not designed to help you find love, but to help you discover whether you deserve it in the first place. Let me say that again. It is the internet's only competitive dating game show, not designed to help you find love, but it's designed to help you find out whether you deserve it in the first place. Now that begs the question, I thought everyone deserves love. Wrong. It's a skill thing. You have it or you don't. You have the skills to get it or you don't. You have that X factor or you don't. You have the talent or you don't. Guys, listen, I would never sit here and say some trite nonsense like everyone deserves love, because I guarantee you there are at least a dozen people in chat who live very lonely lives, alone. Either by design or by either their will, they willed it, or some combination of that and the universe acting upon their life. And they look at their life and they like, what if this is it? What if this is truly it? Lord, if I could imagine what it feels like from that perspective, to hear that everyone deserves love, that everyone's got a little someone out there, keep your hope alive. Ladies and gentlemen, to somebody steeped in the loneliness lifestyle, that is nails on a goddamn chalkboard. So I said, okay, let's do something about that. Let's build a dating game show around that idea. Sometimes there's not another someone, and sometimes it's your fault. So we do a head-to-head, guys. If you want to participate in Infatuations with Leslie Tanner this Saturday, what will happen is you join up. It's very fun, very easy. We'll do a 3-minute long simulated date. All right, a 3-minute long simulated date on screen, after which I will judge and determine a winner and a loser. The loser will go off. The winner goes on to the next round. And the winner on Saturday will be receiving a Leslie Tanner VHS tape. Wow. A Leslie Tanner VHS tape in the mail. Wow. So guys, this Saturday, 8 p.m., the sign-up is in the Discord. I'll be putting another little reminder tonight after the stream. Sign up to reserve your spot. Otherwise, we will take walk-ins for this Saturday. Infatuations with Leslie Tanner this Saturday, 8 p.m. Namaste. Namaste. Now, Ellie Benelli, I feel called out. It's called empathy, hon. It's called empathy. I understand. I understand what it's like. I understand the damage that the specter of hope can have on a person's life who understands that it is possible to experience a hopeless life. Might as well just go into a slave encampment somewhere in Southeast Asia and show them pictures of a bunch of people on boats. A bunch of people drinking White Claws on a boat. Wearing J. Crew. And tell them not to give up. Doofus Dusseldorf, holy shit, good luck. The tapes are priceless. Namaste. Namaste. Now listen, Doofus Dusseldorf is speaking from experience. The tape that he got, the Growth to Nowhere tape from 2024 is tremendous tape. Tremendous tape. And the winner on Saturday will be receiving one in the mail. And if you don't have that one, I got other stuff to send you. Namaste. Now, guys, let's open up the line back up. We're doing advice speed round. Advice speed. And this is truly going to be speed. We are burning through. We're not camping out. The conversations were too interesting in the first half. They were too interesting. All right? Dumb it down. Dull it down. Let me get some of the more boring people in this chat. I don't want to get all the interesting people this time. Duncan did it. Show the poor people eating hot dogs. They banned hot dogs in North Korea, as they should. And I've publicly stated, those of you that follow me on social media know that I have taken a public stance that he was right to do so. Doofus Dusseldorf, I fully expect explorers to be ready to tear each other's throat out to win this Saturday. Bring your A game. And that's because of the tape. Because Doofus knows how life-changing this tape can be in your life. Namaste. Now, listen, real quick before somebody calls in. North Korea was right to ban. Listen, you can say all you want about how their society is set up. There's plenty of criticisms that can go in either direction, east or west, North Korea, South Korea, blah, blah, blah. Listen to me right now when I tell you that what that gorgeous, young, cherubic young man sees in the West, this worship of hot dog, I don't think there's a better, clearer analogy for the political and spiritual mindset of the West in general. That the clamoring hordes of increasingly poor, mentally retarded people worshiping at the foot of a chemically processed tube of flaccid meat. That we don't even have the sense of the subconscious. That's how defeated we are over here, all right? And this is why we need the program so much. Caller, hold on one second. I'm on a roll right now. This is why we need the program so much. We don't even have the subconscious sense to worship a rigid cock or some other sort of cement monolith. We pick a hot dog. You dumbasses in the chat, you those of you that keep main dishes, are you in the chat? You keep bringing up hot dog. You're a mentally, spiritually sick person. Laser Strike, you try to be boring. Try to be boring, and no, there are no Leslie Tanner t-shirts yet. I don't really know how to tackle it. I mean, I know how to tackle it. It's not that complicated. But I don't know whether to do it like online or whether to like order the shirts and ship them out. You know what I mean? Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you? Should I have shirts, Laser?
Hi, it's me, Blues Drive Amelia.
Blues Drive Amelia. Namaste and welcome to Exploration. Blues Drive, is this your first time calling Blues?
I called like once before. I think you had like, were you doing a show with like Luke or one of the ENS guys or something? I think with Luke.
Yes.
I was Sweet Amelia then.
You were E Amelia then?
I was Sweet Amelia.
Sweet
That's what my username
Amelia.
was.
Wait a second. Wait, you were in this? You were in the chat, or you were on the in the game?
I called in when you were talking to Luke one time. You told me to go to a rage room to beat a bunch of shit up, to like beat some old TVs.
Oh yes, now I recall. This is a little further back than I remember. Yes. I remember. And did you, so Blues? Blue, did you Sweet Emilio, aka Blues? Did you go to a rage room?
Or now I'm being held accountable. I wasn't prepared for this one. I have not been to a rage room.
Okay, well, have you expressed rage somehow though?
Sort of. I sort of like channel like shitty feelings like that, like anger and stuff. I like to play some rhythm games sometimes and just smash the keys on my keyboard really fast and just like fucking try to destroy my keyboard.
Yeah, that's not good enough. That's a sad answer. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know.
That's depressing.
I'm gonna say that.
That really took the wind out of my sails. That was rough to listen to.
I'm
Wow.
so sorry.
Wow. Okay. So well, maybe then rage room is already kind of castrated. Maybe you should just do. Have you considered just like physical violence?
I don't go outside, you know.
Or have you considered physical violence or some sort of like nuanced self-destruction?
Well, okay, I have considered physical violence.
Okay. You've considered, and how'd that consideration go?
I mean, like, it just seems to have like a lot of like strings attached. You know, like the physical violence bit itself sounds pretty good to me. It's just like after that.
If you're worried about after, okay, interesting. So a lot of this is already this is nice. So we're taking one foot in front of the other, considering physical violence. A lot of people that commit physical violence, one thing that they have as a genuine advantage over what you're telling me about is that they don't think about that. Now, but since we're there, we can't undo it. So what do you worry about after the fact?
Well, you know, like jail, you know, like consequences, right? You know, that kind of thing.
Jail and consequences, yeah, just like sort of.
Yeah, you know, criminal charges.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you
that kind
go
of stuff.
to like the courtroom, you know, like, and it sounds very fun.
Right.
Like, how are you supposed to get a lawyer? You know, get a public defender. You're just like some random dude who doesn't have any hair.
Right. So I mean, that it could go that route. You watch any of these like you watch any of these videos from the accounts that just like show you videos of people fighting?
Yeah, I've seen like subreddits of that, this kind of stuff.
Just like
porn.
some poor retards just fighting in the middle of the street or something.
Yeah, I've seen that kind of stuff. About, you know, I have like you remember back in the day, if like on Reddit, there was just like subreddits dedicated to like watching people die.
Right, I remember that. Yeah.
I saw like a lady go like into like a escalator, like a mechanism.
An escalator mechanism. Oh, and she died that way?
That really stuck with me. Yeah, like at the top of like the escalator, it was like exposed. She like went in there and got crushed.
Well, listen, I think. Well, let's take a page out of the book. So we've got some trailblazers in this arena. If you want to do physical violence, let's take a page out of these like poor people that are just like, you know, they're just not very bright, right? They're not very bright, and they're just really hashing it out. I watched a video the other day. Dude pulled out a katana. He's not thinking about what's next. And let's learn, is what I'm saying.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, exactly. So let's stay with the fun. Okay, so what do they do to avoid going to jail? Because those people, they fight a lot, and they don't go to jail as much as you think they would. So I think it depends on where you get in a fight, who you get in a fight with, what are the reasons you're getting in a fight. Like, I would, if it could be construed as a hate crime, I'd steer away from it because it's probably someone's going to press charges. All right. Now, if it's more like ideal, you know, if I got to set you up with some physical violence and like if I got my druthers, I would say like midday, a bar in like a small to medium sized town, not a Chili's bar, not a place that's like right next to a school or daycare or a church even, but some, you know, somewhere where like locals hang out, and just be, and then just start there. Then get in a fight there. That's what I would say. Now,
is the idea for someone like completely random, or should I like try to like find someone I may have a little bit of a slight against, like I don't like what kind of shirt they're wearing or something, or just like their accent?
Well, there's
Should I try to make it personal, or should I just like just go at it?
Depends. Yeah, I mean, either one. I mean, that sort of. I don't know if you're going to get the emotional catharsis unless you embed yourself a little bit emotionally.
Yeah, it seems valuable. That seems like that could be helpful if like I try to have a bit of an emotional attachment to the fight. Not like something long term, but just like maybe like ask the guy like I'm sitting next to someone, just ask him like an opinion on something. If they disagree with me,
Well, how about this? What race are you? Or are you like gay of any kind, or what's going on? Like,
I'm definitely a flavor of gay.
You're some kind of gay.
Trans
gay. You're like what? Yeah, there's so many kinds of gay now. But I think there's something beautiful though, because it really in terms of meeting, I'm seeing him. What I wanted, I see the need, and I'm trying to meet that need, finding a way to connect resources. What I see is a desire to physical violence, and what I see is a way a way there. So if you're some type of gay, Trump just won. People are ready to fight someone like you, right?
That's right.
So, honestly,
I could easily get outnumbered then, though.
I mean, that's something to think about.
The kind of locale you're talking about, medium city bar.
Something to think about.
Are we trying me to? I guess I was not thinking about after too much.
What about this? What about like a conservative place in a progressive area, right? And just mention like how you're gonna go around handing out puberty blockers. And then, so it's like, it's going to be contentious, right? You're in a progressive area, but then maybe there's a couple conservative people. There's some MMA on the screens, so they're going to be watching themselves. But you say like, you start talking about how you gave puberty blockers to a fucking, I don't know, like a 4-year-old or something.
I have a great idea.
What is it?
I live in a blue town in a red county. I have a lot of spare estradiol pills. I can do something. I have so much spare estradiol, which is what you use for, hormone therapy, right?
Right.
Just like fucking drop it on the ground, be seen by some like middle-aged man, like holding the bottle, like near like a child or just really anyone.
Oof. Listen,
like that.
This is this is going to be way easier than we thought. This is going to be so simple. And you know what? You know what else pisses people off? And because I know this pisses me off too when I see it in real life. Like, get some sort of like harness thing that puts the cell phone in your face and like be like a hands-free IRL streamer.
No, I think that's going on my morals though.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if I want to degrade myself like that.
Right. So that's your phobia.
That's my line. I'm not gonna be an IRL. I can't pretend to be like.
Okay.
I'm fine with beating up whoever, trying give this to kids, but.
Real quick, I love what we've come up with. We got a couple communal visions to catch up on. One from Grandpa Liquor: go to a homeless encampment and just wait for something to happen and rage to take over. Not the worst idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but like if you got to.
It's pretty uneventful though.
If you go at night, if it's hot, you got to wait for the summer.
Maybe if I bring the estradiol pills, but don't say it's estradiol, right? Just bring just a bunch of pills. That could start something. Maybe drop it.
Yeah, that's a start. I think this is a tremendous start. And I think again, this is going to be a lot simpler than we were originally thinking. Stone Monster 400, gentlemen, we got him, says Stone Monster. I think that was in response to our sort of eureka moment of realizing how easy this was going to be.
I think we have a good initiation. I want to know weapon or no weapon, or what kind of weapon? When we're talking about emotional catharsis and getting shit out, is it better to go barehanded, or do we want the kind of katana type of thing? If we're in a homeless encampment, maybe just grab something off the ground. Maybe if there's like a barrel with fire in it, I could throw that.
Yeah. Listen, you got a great imagination for this stuff. Great imagination. But I'd say right at the beginning, I would say play it close to the chest, work with what you have, and keep it as simple as possible. Because when you get there, the emotions are going to be really intense at first. And then and the simplicity is really going to work in your favor so that you can really kind of immerse yourself in the physical violence of whichever route you take. I would say I would just keep the plan simple so that you can like a one sentence thing and just kind of repeat that and keep your eye on the prize.
You can improvise from there.
Exactly. And it's so much easier to improvise from a place like that, like a simple, just like a, I remember I took an improv class once. Very very embarrassing. I was not very good at it, but I took an improv class once, and one of the one of the things is that I saw an improviser. Their strategy was to, whatever the first phrase that came to their head was, to just repeat it over and over again. So and they would find everything through that, the scene, the character, the everything. So Monster 400, once he loses a limb, could he call back, please? Any response? Once you lose a limb?
Once I lose a limb?
Yeah.
I mean, I can call back when I lose a limb. Do I have to lose a limb to call back, or is that just if I do also
It'd be
lose a
cooler.
limb, I do have to call back?
It'd be cool.
That is true. Although I don't know if I want is the goal to have violence against me at all? Well, is that going to help me with the release?
Oh yeah, you want that. Listen,
I can try to come.
Once you reflect on it, getting hit is oh Lord, it's one of the most grounding experiences.
Do we think the random conservative guy or homeless person is going to be able to take off a limb? Are they
Nah. I mean,
let's say have a
that's
knife,
a tough thing because we're starting with the trans stuff. We're starting with a castration. If someone's that pissed off about trans shit, they're so castrated, spiritually speaking. So, it's already they're gonna get that anger that they don't know what to do with. That's really embarrassing if they see a picture of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yes, but just go for it. Try everything, throw everything you can at the wall. All right.
No, yeah, I think we have a pretty good plan here.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have better news for you next time I call in.
Please, I'd love to hear a report back.
I got you.
All right, well, namaste to you. Sweet
Namaste.
Amelia, a.k.a. Blues, blessings to you, and namaste. I'm so glad that you found time to call tonight.
Namaste. Have a good day.
You too. Oh, what a call. Good. I loved it. I loved every second of that. Namaste. Namaste, sweet Amelia. The thing with physical violence against homeless people, you got to be a real psycho. You're not going to get a normal emotional catharsis out of it. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Leslie, it's Fisk.
Fisk, namaste. My dissociated little astronaut. How are we doing tonight?
I'm awake, and that's all.
We got sociopathogen. Nothing brings people together like a good fist fight.
Okay.
Okay, just a little, and sociopathogen's not wrong. It really holds communities together. Very exciting. That's what I'm saying. You're never going to feel a sense of community quite like being around poor people. And what do poor people love to do? They love to fight in the middle of the fucking day, in the middle of the street. Now, Fisk, Fisk, tonight we're doing some advice speed rounds. What's on your mind? What's going on?
I was listening earlier, and you're talking about how important it is to be able to feel fear and frustration and stuff like that.
Yes, yes, yes.
But it's like, what if you can't? What if you're like something is wrong with like the way that you feel fear and frustration, because you're like, instead of being opposed to it and therefore able to feel it to its full extent, each time it occurs, you're like, like, I don't know, like if you like see something that's scary, what if you're like, haha, like this is fun, you know, what do I do?
Right. Now this is, and I say this without irony or sarcasm or joking. This is a very good question. So, just to reiterate for the chat, Fisk here is asking a question about how to experience and achieve and maintain this sadness, frustration that we talk about being so important here at Explorations. You know, when I bring that up, I say to you, hold on to it and protect it. It's yours. Now, from your perspective though, Fisk, and you tell me if I'm saying this correct. We got somebody coming at these negative feelings from a completely different angle, from a dissociated angle. So, for example, let's think of, we've got, so I'm talking about the importance of breathing air, and right now I'm speaking to an astronaut tethered, 3 planets distance away from Earth, kind of just floating around. All right, dissociated from the feelings that we're talking about. Now, how does that feel? How does that feel to have it described like that?
No, yeah, that makes sense, because it's like, if you're on the ground and someone screams at you, you're going to hear it to the fullest and you're going to know what to do. But if you're in space, it's like, oh, this, like whatever. Right,
like you've got communication with Earth and they're saying, oh, fear, sadness, anger. And you're just like, yeah, I'm out here, so thank you. Now this is so just on some level, you really do. On some level, you might be looking at sadness, fear, frustration, and how important it is, according to Explorations, which it is. And you might be saying, that would be great. I would love that, right? I would love that.
Yeah.
Now, it's not in the cards. It's just not in the cards. Thank you so much for that bit, Namish. Blessings. And so for you, it's not in the cards, right? It might take years for you to experience a very basic sense of fear, frustration, anger, sadness that, other normal people experience very easily, very immediately. They can't even help but do it.
Well, it's like everyday fear, like that everyday fear that keeps us running.
Right. Well, the thing, there's a lot of, a couple things about the dissociation. One thing to keep in mind is that a lot of times dissociation can be a product of experiencing a fear or a sadness that is so great that it is not allowed to be conscious. How does that feel to hear?
But I know that that's true, but it's like that happened such a long time ago. I don't know how relevant that is anymore.
So I would say, on some level, I know we're gonna get past it, but I just something to keep in mind. On some level, you're talking to a chat full of people awash, and they want to get in touch with this fear. They want to realize how big the fear is, and it's like on some level, it. You're in the yacht already that they want to be in. On some level, now take the next step, but you don't have it consciously. So what good is it? While you may not have the knowledge of this sadness and frustration, one thing, I've worked with some people in your position, and you tell me if this is doesn't apply to you. But somebody in your position has a whole host of experiences that give you an entirely different angle on reality in general. Like you're from your dissociation, from what would the Earth look like to an astronaut that's been stuck out in space for years and compare that knowledge, the intuition from that, to someone that's stuck on the ground, right? They might have a lot of simple, actionable things, one-to-one, day-to-day, but from your perspective, they're not going to be able to see the space around all of being, in a sense, that you have sort of a daily access to.
Sure.
So I mean, while you're disordered and mentally ill, that's for sure. That's for sure. And your life is, in this respect, is not good and not about to get better. But what is it? How did that feel? How does it feel to think about it like from that perspective? Is there anything like something that keeps coming up in your life where, it seems so obvious to you and so, so like out of the question to even bring up with most people? That it's just kind of a cavity. You keep sticking your tooth in. You're like, does anybody see it this way? Is there anything like that in your life, Fisk?
Like something that I would just like love to scream at everyone, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Something that's just like it's like a drill in your fucking mind, and you'd love to just scream it because it's so obvious and it pisses you off.
I do think you hit a good point there, where it's like the like binary level of like retarded like ape thinking that occurs when you're low on the ground, I think is like a real human like disease from my perspective. Sometimes I just want to like shake them, just like rattle them and be like, hey, like you're stupid for thinking these things.
And they are. They're literally thinking stupid thoughts.
But other than that, I'm not really sure. I think it's more. I don't know if I really want to like. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to help these people, but it's like, do I, or is it just like funny for me to like, like watch the ants on the ground?
It could be
like
both.
Scatter.
It could be both.
Okay.
Well, also like, I'd imagine you've attempted to explain it before, and how well did that go?
Well, it kind of just made more fear and more violence occur, and then just brought me to this place where it was like, oh, I'm on Mars.
Yeah, you're on Mars. You've experienced such a full defeat that you're like, okay, I guess I'm out here on Mars. Man, your life, I can't, we don't need to get into details, but it sounds like your life is rough. Real quick, we do have a communal vision that I wanted to catch you up on from Doofus Dusseldorf. People pay money to go to retreats to learn how to dissociate from their body. Just thinking out loud. Namaste. So Doofus Dusseldorf, and funnily enough, is one of these people, I think, right?
Huh?
Right, Doofus? I've been to him before. I don't think did I pay? No, I did. I did actually. Once. No, so Doofus said people pay money to go to retreats to learn how to dissociate from their body. Just thinking out loud. So I think what Doofus is pitching to you is a sort of maybe a class you could teach.
Okay.
You know,
so how does that help me?
Money?
Or am I unhelpable? Okay. Money?
You can make money. Well, see, the thing is, I think as the way you describe dissociation, this is the double-edged sword of advancement and progress within the program of explorations, right? We're here to sort of annihilate ourselves in a truth that consumes itself, right? We're here to realize that we're too scared to live and that we're too depressed to live, too scared to die. We're stuck in between being, non-being, blah, 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 right? You've heard me say this kind of shit before, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, and we could say all that nonsense, play little games, but ultimately, what we're trying to get to is out to what you experience to some extent in an immediate way. The level of dissociation, this level of defeat, this level of having to engage with a thing and also not being able to engage with it at the same time. This like fear, yet presence, yet et cetera, et cetera. What you've described is an extremely advanced stage in the program.
So you're saying that I'm so advanced, I should just accept my fate and get money from.
Well, I mean, the money wouldn't hurt, but money wouldn't hurt. But accepting your fate, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far because I don't think it would work. Because you're gonna, you're gonna try to feel the sadness and frustration and anger, and will succeed to some extent, albeit not to the extent that the ants, as you described them earlier, they're just dumb and they're gonna feel it immediately. But I will say that while your life is to some extent a curse, that the curse itself, in the immediacy of that curse, is also giving you great insight, giving you, dare I say, even the gift of the curse. Your insight and your power. You've shared with us, a couple calls ago, you shared with us this business about, you ripped a movie idea that was one of the most tremendous things I've ever heard. Do you remember what it was like? Robots, vampires sucking each other's cocks or something?
Yeah, it's like a homosexual Nazis manipulating each other.
Yeah, no, see, listen. I've worked with a lot of people, and that's not a normal thought to have. I don't know if that's how firmly that's occurred to you, but that's your mind is free, and it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, Leslie. It sucks. Some people might like listen to your program and be like, "Oh, this guy's being ironic by like saying that fear is and like frustration is important." But no, that's real. That's what's making them. That's what's keeping them going.
Yep. I know it has, of course. It has that play that things are, we're all joking. Of course, we're all joking, right? But then at some point they will realize that there's a good deal of truth to that. That the frustration keeps them going, and for example, you see this directly in a direct way.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, from your dissociated place. But what were you saying?
Oh, I coughed.
Oh, coughed. Well, TLDR, you're right, it does suck.
Yeah.
That and it does. It does suck. It sucks in if I could give you one thing as just a miserable pause of a miserable breath in the misery that you experience and realize the sort of freedom that you have that other people, again, the ants aren't they're gonna work their whole lives to get to a fraction of what you have already. Sucks. It's depressing, right? It doesn't mean make it better.
No, I'm not even depressed. I'm not even depressed.
Beautiful.
I don't even feel depression.
Don't even feel
about
depression.
I just know that it's like something that people say, and it's like, oh, I should do that.
What's the thing that people say?
Like you need motivation. You need like immediate emotions. It's like the repetition of emotions. Negative emotions is what, like,
according to who? Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying that to, that is true. I say that often, but you're weird. And so I wouldn't say that to you, though, because you're in a completely different situation.
Well, Well, it just kind of looks more fun and like engaging.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
what am I like supposed to do? Like just make movies for the rest of my life? I could do that, but it's like
Right,
I
exactly.
don't know.
You're making movies, but they're fighting each other in the street like a bunch of mentally challenged, just like animals. What a
Yeah, I can only experience that level of visceral frustration from like the perspective of someone who's watching it on a screen. So like, should I just like meditate on that until it's exposed to me enough, or just like be around more people that are like that, or what do you think?
worth a shot. I think it's worth a shot. Yeah, give it a try. I mean, it'll get you something, and it probably won't. And you know better than anybody, it's not gonna be enough, but it'll give you something. Give it a try. What if you feel a little bit of, you start huffing the gas of their vibes? I would love for you to get in a fight, just like we were talking to Blues, Amelia. I'd love to open up only fight videos, the account I follow on Instagram, or and just watch you just get fucking rocked and just like pick up a cinder block and like screaming with blood all over your face and just like bash someone's arm in half with a cinder block.
I could get something out of that. Maybe if I got like maybe if that made me like disabled, that would like make me super like frustrated and like angry at the system or something.
There's something. Let's keep working on this. But right now, I would just give you, my advice is just one miserable breath in the misery that you're already in, that you barely even experience. Just a miserable breath to acknowledge the misery that you're in, and that won't make it better, but it will give you a pause to at least maybe notice a couple of things.
Okay, let's see.
Fisk, this was an absolute treat to speak to you. This is a very meaty call.
I would say I can tell, but I can't.
Oh, I love that. Guys, I love that. I absolutely am in love with that. Thank you so much. Fisk, thank you so much for calling and being so generous with yourself tonight.
No problem, Leslie. Namaste.
Namaste. Pepper and Cheney with a communal vision. If someone smashed my arm off with a cinder block, I'd be like, well, that happened. You would. You would. Well, that happened. And then I'd check the price of Funko Pops on the marketplace. That's what I'd do if I were you too. Prag Pro, you're not seeking by me with that raid. Namaste, Prag Pro. Thank you so much, Raiders. Thank you so much, Prag Pro, for the raid. Extremely, extremely generous of you. Blessings to you. Wow, thanks so much. Brother Prag, guys, can we do a shout out for Prag Pro, please? Quick little Prag, you're not seeking by me. You're not seeking by me. Prag Pro. How was the stream, Prag? How was the stream over there? Can you let me know? Fill me in. Guys, when I walk through a call like that, and I look, I really cherish this time that we get to be with one another. There's a little less than 100 people in total watching us between Twitch and YouTube, and I am and I know that the weight of what I'm sharing, the profundity of our explorations together, at some point will grow to a very large and very, very different crowd. All right? I'm predicting this. I'm foreseeing this. In the future, I don't know when exactly, but there will come a time that our little intimate explorations will not be quite as intimate. And I want you to know that before that happens, I'm absolutely cherishing this moment with you right now. Namaste. It was awesome, says Brad. Blessings, Brad. Thanks so much. Caller, welcome to Explorations. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Oh, hey, this is Pants.
Pants o'clock. It's been too long, Pants. How you doing tonight?
Hey, my brother.
Oh, Pants, I'm doing.
I am all right.
You're doing all right. You're doing all right. What? Well, first of all, before we get into any advice, what's going on? What's going on with you lately, Pants?
You know, I'm just doing what I can with what I got on hand. You know, just trying to keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Sounds
That's a life lesson
sounds like
right
you're
there.
being cryptic about it not being good.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolute shit. But it's like, you know what? Keep it moving. Just keep things moving.
Keep things moving. Well, oh, you
know,
got it,
like pick
right?
your fucking battles. Right? It's like a super pussy move on my part. I don't know, but it's like there, you know, could just be. It's either the wisdom of age or just the like exhaustion of age, where you get to a point where you're just like, fuck it, I ain't fighting every fight. You know?
Right.
I'm just fighting the ones that matter.
Right. Exactly. And then taking the L's where you know you got to take L's, but then getting.
Yeah, I'll take an L here because it's no fucking big deal, right? Take an L. Like, here's some life advice. Take a fucking L every now and then.
Oh Lord. If I could.
It's not a goddamn problem.
Oh,
You
if
know
I
what
could
mean?
bottle that, Pants, if I could bottle that sentiment and give it to people directly, and give them maybe like a little
If it doesn't hurt you, you know, you
Little-
lose nothing.
little
In
pickleback.
some cases, just take an L. Just let them have it, you know. Let them have that one.
I would love to have, you know, like we're talking about doing picklebacks with shots of whiskey. If I had my druthers, every single client I work with, every single patient I see would get a shot of whiskey, a pickleback, and a shot of the L. Take the fucking L.
Thank you. Thank you. The reality check right there. It's refreshing. It is absolutely invigorating. Is
Oh,
what it is.
God damn. I
It's
know. As soon as
invigorating.
you.
And there's a freedom of just taking the L every now and then. Just be like, well, not this one. You know, like, yeah, there's some shit I want to fight, but this
Oh,
one's
yeah.
just stupid. You know, it's not even worth it.
It's amazing, and you get addicted to it, don't you? Yeah. Some party is like, where else can I get an L? Where else in my life can I get this L?
Yeah, let me get another L because this is beautiful. You know, this is like actually pretty great.
I know.
You know, this is actually pretty just like, okay, it's not my problem. You know,
You know, the way we're
I
talking
remember
about this, it reminds me of the way Christians talk about finding Jesus everywhere in their life.
yeah, like finding Jesus is essentially taking the L right in that moment. It's like, okay, but you know, I remember after my dad died, everybody was like, you know, mysterious ways. Lord works in mysterious ways, baby.
Right.
You know, everybody telling me Lord works in mysterious. And afterwards, so many people told me that my best friend Ray would just whisper in my ear, and he'd be like, MW, baby.
Mysterious ways. I love
MW.
Christians. I love them. I love any Christians in the chat. I want you to know I love you. I love you, and I wish I could. I wish I could breastfeed Laser Shark and Underhill over at YouTube.com. If there are any Christians in the chat right now, I want you to know how much I cherish you, how much I wish I could just put my masculine breast into your mouth and just shoot.
Could we just issue? Can I just issue, or you can do it because you have more authority? But you know, just a blanket, bless your heart.
A blanket. Wait, who you giving the bless your heart to?
Just across the board, a total blanket, like everybody here.
Do you mean that in the passive aggressive way they do in the South?
Oh, I mean, yes, but it also, I say it with love, you know. I mean,
Of course,
you have to
love, but also
understand. It's
judgment.
It's a 25% passive aggressive, and it's a 75% legit love.
Right.
But there's definitely a 25% like, oh y'all.
Let's explore that 25%. When you say bless your heart, what are you going to be most judgmental of, most likely?
That's a really good one. My Southern heritage is very confusing for me in terms of my own judgments because I relocated to the Northeast, which is just very, very different in the way that people express themselves. So it's a real challenge to make sure I'm communicating and not just being a complete passive-aggressive bitch, but I'm also not getting offended every time somebody's like overtly, you know, aggressive in the way they communicate here. An example of, like, I'm slowly coming around to the Northeast thing, and an example of that would be, like, you know, with people drive notoriously badly here because they're either drunk or old or both, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Cape Cod, you know. It's
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it's like a scientific institution floated in the middle of a retirement community. So if you're here for the scientific institution, it's like, you know, you're definitely mostly hanging out with very, very old folks.
Right.
You know, that are, you know, in the blood Massachusetts people. So like at first when I got here, I just thought everybody's mad at me, you know, all the time.
Right. They're pissed off at you because
mad.
why?
Yeah, because they're just like so aggressive and intense and everything. I'm like, what the hell? But then I've had this experience of like trying to cross the street or something and say a car doesn't stop for me, and you know, and it's like I'm having to like recoil, you know, like so I don't get hit by this car. And then some other person in the truck is like, "Hey, you motherfucker, why didn't you stop for her? You fucking asshole!" You know, it's like.
Listen, yeah, I think I don't want you to. I don't want you to.
Like going to bat for me, you know, like that. So the aggressiveness is actually, it's like it's kind. They're kind. It's kind people. You know, they're very kind people, and it's just like that's the expression.
Right.
It's
I mean, that you know, that reminds me of like when I go to I went to an Indian restaurant once. The first Indian restaurant I went to, I absolutely hated the food. Could not stand the food, could not stand the music, could not stand any goddamn thing about the experience. Except for on my way out, they had this like little bird seed, little post-meal thing.
Right, they got the little cardamom.
Loved it. Loved it. Loved that stuff. Exactly. And it's what you're reminded me of that experience right now. But one thing I want, we're doing an advice speed round tonight. So one thing I want to, you know, based on what you just shared about your experience in the Northeast, is I want you to not short sell the beauty of passive aggression.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it has made me face that aspect of it, is that the way I do must come off that way, because and I've even read linguistic studies about this, you know, because I was studying linguistics for a while, and I was like, you know, about how there's just this indirect communication style in the South that's out of politeness, and it's this code where you sort of have to know what it means and everything.
Right.
But of course, you know, in the Northeast or even in the Midwest, you know, which I loved, it is the best place I've ever lived. My favorite place I've lived is the Midwest, and but the communication styles are different, and so I'm sure it comes off as like super passive aggressive up here.
Right,
know?
and that's beautiful. That's beautiful, though. Like it's important. Like you're cooking with spices, right? And they're just eating like they're just like taking cuts of meat and like eating it like a bunch of animals. There's no nuance. There's no depth. The passive aggression is a rich tapestry.
Yeah, it's like a secret language. It's all, you know, just sort of implied, which I could totally see, like, looking at that and being like, that's a total asshole move, you know, and that's shitty. But there's sort of a richness to it. And there's a richness to the Southern way of speaking in a, you know, kind of way that there's a love of the kind of color of speech and the, you know, metaphor and the spinning of a yarn that is really delightful about that communication style. And I've had experiences here which I like snatched me into like understanding how different it is, where I'm like, you know, yeah, you got a point. Like, I work in a very large community art center. I'm the assistant director. We do exhibits all the time, you know, art exhibits with, you know, 3 a month. And, you know, which could have, you know, maybe 90 to 150 pieces.
Sure. Yeah.
Exhibits. You know, so it's a high stress, like big operation. And the beauty of the job is constantly seeing all this gorgeous art, you know, and the interesting art, you know, shitty art too, a lot of shitty art.
Lots of shit, yeah, I'll bet.
Art, you know. Oh yeah, it's community art. You know, everybody, you know, we got everything from beginners to masters.
At least it's cute. At least it's community art that's community art. The worst, I hate going to an art show that thinks it's really doing something. And it literally is community art.
I love the lack of pretension of the whole thing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just people making shit and showing it off, and it's wonderful. You know, I absolutely love it. And I there's an artist here, and I really liked her piece that she had in the show, and I came to her and I was like, that's a really beautiful piece you have in there. And she's like, you say that to everybody. That's worth nothing, I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I sincerely meant it, but I could see why my compliment weighed less.
Right, because they interpret your politeness as like lack of credibility.
Yeah, and I was like, that's okay. Oh, fair enough. I realize I have ruined my ability. I was like the person that cried wolf, but for like positive shit.
Now, listen, it might cause problems in that respect, but one thing I'd like for you to meditate on, Pants O'Clock. I'd love for you to meditate on, and next time we speak, I'd love to hear, what are some ways in which you have maintained this trademark Southern passive aggression, the layered, nuanced speech, and it actually worked in your favor? Because on some level, they're going to think you're fake. They're going to think you're weak, right? You can't just say it like it is. Yeah. You're not a tough. Yeah. You're not a Cape Cod tough guy or something or what. I can't. Yeah. I don't know how they fucking talk.
No, that was pretty good. That was basically.
It's like
legit right there.
Great Lakes-ish, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Or something. Yeah. Okay.
That was pretty accurate.
But in other situations, they are the fool. They are the dunce. They are the nincompoop. In other areas, you're going to be running circles around them. You're putting together like a Shakespearean little sonnet compared to their just like banging like a mentally challenged person banging their head against a fucking wall, saying "I don't like the ketchup" or something. It's like, God damn. All right, fuck. No, so I would love for you. I would love next time you call to hear a situation in which you were really just kind of you were adult in a daycare center with them.
Right on. Yeah, I'm gonna meditate on that one for sure. And I'll enjoy it. I will enjoy.
Absolutely.
Coming up with those examples. So thank you for that, Leslie.
Absolutely, Pants. It was my pleasure. Pants, thank you so much for calling tonight. I really appreciate you finding the time. I know you don't. You call when you want to, when you need to, when you got something to say, and when you do, I really appreciate it. So thank you for calling tonight.
It's just a pleasure. Okay, namaste, Leslie. I'll talk to you soon.
Namaste, Pants. Namaste.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, well, what a treat to speak to Pants. It's been a while. It has been a while since we've been able to speak to Pants O'Clock. Namaste, everybody. Guys, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for being here for another, guys, absolutely gorgeous stream tonight. Gorgeous stream. Fist, maybe I'll do some voices. We'll get some voices going next time for you. Huh? How about that? We'll get some voices. Maybe I could, I'm just thinking off the top of my head of some voices to do. Maybe there's something. Namaste. But guys, it was a truly gorgeous stream tonight. Absolutely. You guys all did so much. You contributed. The energy in the chat was electric tonight. And I fed off of that all night. I was but a baby cow at the udder of my mother chat. The energy was just an engorged udder spurting into my mouth, and then my breast becoming engorged, and me spurting into mouths such as Underhill, such as Laser Shark, such as the Christians that are in my chat, of which Laser Shark is not. But you're still in the gaggle of those that I breastfeed tonight. I just want you to know that, okay? Everybody, keep that in mind. Namaste. Absolutely gorgeous chat. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Thank you so much. Explorations truly worked tonight. And you know why it worked? Because the program works. Like you say it, like I say it, like we'll keep saying it because it's simply true. Explorations with Leslie Tanner works because the program works. Namaste to you guys. Gorgeous stream. We'll be back, guys, real quick before we find someone to raid. We're going to find someone to raid in just a moment. P.O. Box, guys, send me something. P.O. Box 47621. Is it safe to unbuckle? Holy shit, you've been buckled up all night. Yes, unbuckle. You're safe. You're safe. We're home. We're pulling into the carport. You can act like you're asleep, and I'll pick you up in my arms, and I'll carry your little limp body all the way to bed and tuck you in. Get the sheets around you. Get the sheets around you. Namaste. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. Namaste. Laser Shark has been healing and therapeutic as fuck. Yes. 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 P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. I will not be taking my seatbelt off, Pepperoncini. You stay safe. You stay safe, Cheen. And let's do your little. We'll do. How about we do that? I realized earlier we didn't do the announce. So let's announce. Oh my God! Are you kidding? Are you kidding me right now? Wow, guys! Before we go, why not a little bit of jazz, huh? Why not a little bit of jazz? And somebody, who should we rate? I'll send a message to my friend Beth that I failed once again to find someone for her peg. Let her know. Let her know. Let her know Peg's not getting a peg tonight. We did find a bisexual man who would not come to Indiana. Bad luck. Womp womp. Blessings to you, though. Wow. Blessings, guys. Blessings. It all costs money, 50 bits. Wow, guys. We are slutty for the Jazz tonight. Who am I to deny that? Who am I to deny that? Blessings to you. Let's go raid the pastor, huh? Let's go raid the pastor. Pastor Lee Rogers. We're coming in. We're sliding into home for Pastor Lee Rogers. Stay. Guys, let's do this. I'm going to put this raid together, and then I'm going to keep jazzing up. You sluts are so demanding of the Jazz tonight. It's insane. I've never felt this urgency from you all as I do right now tonight. Namaste. Did I spell that right? I think I did. Did we get it? I think we got it. Namaste. Beautiful. Guys, we're setting up a little raid. Pastor Lee Rogers. And we got a minute left to jazz. What a perfect. Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Beautiful stream. Really gorgeous stream. And guys, this Saturday, Infatuations with Leslie Tanner. Saturday, 8 p.m. Central. Sign up is on the Discord or walk up as we can fit you in. The internet's only dating game show not designed to help you find love, but to help you find out whether you deserve it in the first place.
We don't have to be here at Waffle House. We could just go.
You guys.
You know, back to the church, back to the brick.
You guys over. Hey, Pirate. Hey, Laser. Love you guys. Blessings to
Amen.
you.
Leslie Tanner,
I'll see
thank
you
you
guys.
for that raid.
I'll see you guys
Raiders,
soon.
welcome into the new United
Thank you